All right, welcome back, guys, to week 10 of the Game Time Sports Podcast. As always, I am Caden Simpson, joined alongside by Jace Perret. You can also follow Game Time Sports on Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for some other information or videos from the podcast. Check that out. You can also follow us on our social medias. You can follow us on whatever social medias are on the screen right now. Jace, you got any opening remarks?
No, I don't. I'm excited to get into this one. We got some very interesting stuff to talk about.
We do. We have some very interesting things to talk about. We have the basic 5 segments for today, like we do every week. And honestly, let's just get right into Riled Up Roundup. So we have one topic for Riled Up Roundup, and that is the beginning of the NBA playoffs. So right now we're in very the very beginning of the middle rounds, or yeah, not middle round, the first round, sorry, the first round of the NBA playoffs. The third game for the Lakers series and a few others are tonight that we're recording this, but all of the series have only played 2 games, and obviously we had the NBA play-in. So, Jace, what's interesting about the beginning so far?
Well, it's been interesting to me so far is the Clippers and the Mavs series. That one looks to be really good. And even though the Mavs still need to get on track, I think that'll end up being a really good series. And the Pacers and the Bucks looks really interesting right now too. Obviously, Dame had a crazy game one. Game two, the Pacers took with Tyrese Halliburton having just 12 points, which is nuts considering the fact that they won that game. But yeah, so far the NBA playoffs have been really exciting. That Lakers last game where the Nuggets made a 20-point comeback was unreal. And the Thunder Pelicans game 2 is the night that we are recording this. So we don't know how that's going to turn out, obviously, right now. But game one was absolutely phenomenal. I actually went to that game. It was a great experience. Very enjoyable. But yeah, the NBA playoffs have been really interesting so far, and I'm excited to see what comes in the next week. Obviously, we'll have more to talk about next week because maybe a team's eliminated, probably so. So yeah, that's just kind of how I feel about the NBA playoffs as of now.
Yeah, it's been very entertaining to watch so far. I mean, watching the Mavericks series and stuff with all the talent on that team, and watching the Lakers and the Nuggets, which the Nuggets are up 2-0 right now. I mean, it should be 1-1, but the Lakers said, "You know what? We're not going to score in the fourth quarter." That's what they said to everybody. Yeah, I don't got anything else. I mean, it's just been fun to watch. All right, moving on to what's cooking hot take of the week. What's cooking hot take of the week? Our one topic today is as of right now. So we are, I would say, almost a month into the season. We're getting there, almost a month into the season. Who is the MVP so far of Major League Baseball?
Ooh, best player. I'm gonna have to go with Shohei Ohtani. I mean, he's just been absolutely incredible so far. Just breaking records again. I mean, as a batter, he just gets better every year. It feels like it's like 2021. Everyone's like, "Oh man, this guy's crazy good." 2022, oh, this guy's crazy good. 2023, this guy is crazy good. It's really fun to watch him play baseball, seeing him on the Dodgers, and obviously now the team will more than likely have a chance to go make a big playoff run with him, and maybe he'll get a championship this season. He's playing phenomenal so far, carrying that Dodgers team that's actually been struggling. They had 11 losses, but I'm excited to see them probably heat up, which they more than likely should do soon. But yeah, I would have to say it's him. And you could, and Jose Altuve has had also just an unreal start, but the team is what 7-17 as we speak. I could get worse by the time this is uploaded. So yeah, things not going too great for the Astros right now, but honorable mention to Jose Altuve.
So I'm gonna go on a dark horse pick. Oh, wait, no, I'm not. I changed my mind. I am going to go with Marcelo Zuna of the Braves. Right now, Marcelo Zuna is having the best start of his career. He's number one, or at least he's tied, or he's number one in home runs, number one in RBIs, top five in average. He's absolutely hitting the absolute lights out of every pitcher. that he faces. He's unbelievable right now, and if he can continue to do this the entire year, I think that he could do it. I think he could. The reason I don't say Shohei Otani is because the pitching factor is not that's not this year. You know, he can't pitch, so that's not part of it. And I don't know, like I don't think they can give it to him 3 years in a row, right? I like I don't know. I don't think he can,
They should.
yeah, he's absolutely unbelievably talented, and he was back to back unanimous AL MVPs. But I think this year it's going to go Marcelo Ozuna. But I have a hot take that oh wait, that's NL. I'm an idiot. There's two MVPs. Okay, so that's my NL MVP, and then in the AL, I think that we could see a dark horse, and Salvador Perez right now is cruising right now. He's like eighth eighth in average in the entire league. He's batting 340. His defense has improved. He's second in RBIs, and believe it or not, he's batting 520 something with two outs or with the runners in scoring position. He is absolutely so clutch. Like two outs, runners on base, you have him coming to the plate and watch out. You know, some big things could happen. And we've already seen in recent games that teams are now scared of him. They are starting to pitch around him. They're not giving him pitches to swing at. And it's another thing. His chase rate has gone down. In years past, he swings at everything that's out of the zone. His chase rate is now down. So now these teams are trying to throw nothing in the strike zone and it's not working out. And so you throw one thing in the middle of the plate and you're done for. So I just think he's getting better with age and his defense has improved, which has been down lately. So you got anything else?
No.
All right. So moving on to Deep Under the Glass. Deep Under the Glass. So who has the biggest impact in the NBA playoffs? Meaning, which player has the biggest impact on whether their team makes a big run or not?
Ooh, this is a difficult question, but I'm gonna have to say Giannis. And here's why. Obviously, game one went great, even without him. But if Giannis can stay healthy, I really do think the Bucks have a chance of going it definitely to the Eastern Conference Finals, but maybe even the finals and winning them because to me in the East, I don't see anyone really beating the Celtics other than, the Bucks. I don't think the Knicks are experienced enough, and I just don't think anyone else is good enough. The Pacers aren't, certainly. The Magic or the Cavs aren't. And same with the Knicks and the Heat. I just don't think those teams are all good enough. Excuse me, but yeah, I think the Bucks are the real chance, have a real chance to maybe take the Celtics to at least seventh game. And I think with Giannis, they definitely could do that. And I'm just waiting to see him get back on the court.
So my pick, I'm gonna have to go Nikola Jokic because that obviously we know he's had two MVPs, probably about to have his third. And this is why, because he is the most valuable player on that team. And if we look at the when they played the Lakers, what was it on Monday night or Tuesday Monday night? And whenever they were down, he was struggling. He didn't score for the second quarter and majority of the third quarter. And that's when they were down big. And then in the fourth quarter, he started scoring. He started, playing like himself, and they made the comeback, and then they ended up winning. So if he can continue to play at a high level for the majority of the tournament, they may walk right. They might as well already give them the finals trophy because nobody will be able to stop them if he plays at as high as a level as we usually see him play. Because when he doesn't, we see that they can get the holes, but it's incredible that they can even get out of those holes with how great of a player he is. So that's who I got. All right. Moving on to Knock Knock. Who's there? What's hot? All right. So for Knock Knock, Who's there? What's hot? We have a couple topics. First of all, Zach Wilson got traded from the New York Jets to the Denver Broncos. Jace, what are the Broncos thinking with this?
Well, obviously, we don't know for sure what they're thinking, but this is kind of my theory. So they say, hey, Zach Wilson's on the market. Team, they're selling him. We're going to go buy him for cheap, obviously. I mean, you don't have to give up much. It's Zach Wilson. But the thing is, I think what they're going to do with him is they're going to say, well, if we can't find the quarterback that we want in the draft, well, we're just going to draft a guy who we can maybe put around him to help him do better. And, we'll have a starter in case we can't get our guy. And if we do get our guy, so what? We gave up the 208th pick in the draft. You aren't going to get the Jesus Christ son with that. I mean, it's just not going to happen. I think it was a low risk, high reward, possibly because it says, hey, we could have a starting quarterback next year and be competitive while also waiting to find our future guy who could be better than the guy we get here and also build up the team with our first round pick. I think it's a genius move by the Broncos. And even though I don't think Zach Wilson is a very good player at all, and I don't think he's going to do good, I still think it's mainly good because it gives them a lot of flexibility in the way they build their team. If Denver's successful in a few years, I wouldn't be surprised if the Zach Wilson trade is actually kind of a big piece in that.
Yeah, I think the Zach Wilson trade is kind of like them being able to rely on not paying him a bunch of money because they have like 60 million in dead cap the next couple of years because of Russell Wilson. They don't have to pay Zach Wilson very much money. So you have a quarterback that's been in the league for it'll be 4 or 4 years, 4 or 5 years.
Fourth year in the league, yeah.
Yeah, fourth year in the league, and you don't have to pay him really anything because we know he's not that great. But you also have the possibility of maybe he turns things around because New York is the lights are on you. That's like it's like playing in LA, playing in New York. The lights are bright and they want it's really, there's a lot more pressure on you than there will be for him in Denver. And so maybe he turns it around. I'm not sure he will be able to, but if he does, I think the change of scenery would be good for him. They don't have to pay him a lot of money, so that helps them maybe build the team around fill a little bit of their other holes and stuff. And so and we've seen in like San Francisco, if you have a quarterback that obviously Brock Purdy is really good, but way better than Zach Wilson. But the point is you don't have a great quarterback, but you have a great offense around him that can produce wins and maybe even go in the Super Bowl. Not that the Broncos are going to do that because they obviously do not have any money to sign great players, but point is that in the future, if maybe Zach Wilson improves, maybe they can rely on him, but not have to pay him a lot of money, and then they can build around him. All right, moving on. Second thing, Chiefs extend Andy Reid. I think this for the Chiefs' future. I mean, this means that they're locked in with Andy Reid, and their goal is to win a lot more Super Bowls. I mean, right now they're focusing on the three-peat. I think they're going to try and go for that. If they don't win that, they'll probably win another one here in the next few years. But Jace, what are your thoughts?
I think to me, this is more of a signifying that, hey, Andy Reid isn't going to go anywhere anytime soon, even though he is in what I think is late 60s now, if I'm correct. Yeah, he should. I wouldn't be surprised if he's around to his mid 70s even. I think he's still got a decent chunk of years left in the tank of his coaching career. The legend will continue. They also got back Brett Veach and what's his face again? Forget his name. Huge Chiefs fan should know this.
Somebody, front office guy.
A front office guy. Yeah, we'll just call him that. But yeah, Brett Veach, their phenomenal general manager, who has really just been an unbelievable piece in stabilizing this team in the Patrick Mahomes era, and he'll continue to do so for the next several years.
And one more thing. Breaking news today, Amon-Ra St. Brown gets an extension. Well, actually, the Lions are giving extensions out left and right. Penei Sewell got one as well. And I just think this is them locking down their young star talent. Amon-Ra St. Brown, we've seen that he's progressively becoming one of the best receivers. Well, he already is one of the best receivers in football, but we've seen him progress a lot over the last few years or the last couple of years. And Penei Sewell is one of the best offensive linemen in football. And we remember coming out of the draft, he was, because some very, very often offensive linemen that get picked high in the draft don't turn out well, like Mekhi Becton with the Jets. That guy's awful. And whenever he came out of the college and was in the draft, he looked like he was going to be one of the best linemen we've ever seen. But Panay Sewell is absolutely incredible. So it's glad that they got him locked down. They got Amon-Ra St. Brown locked down, and they're working on an extension with Goff. But what do you think?
Yeah, I think the Lions moves have been great so far this offseason. They really haven't done much to improve their team. They're just keeping around the same core because they're like, hey, we are a couple of mistakes away from going to the Super Bowl. We know we can get there. We just have to do a few things differently within ourselves. Yes, they lost CJ Gardner Johnson. Not going to be a huge deal. I don't think it'll make them go from a 12-win team to an 8-win or a 9-win team. They'll still at least have 10 wins. I just don't see much changing for the Lions. I think they won't. They obviously aren't getting a lot better, but they're keeping the team around, so they definitely won't go anywhere
Yeah,
next season.
I think they're waiting till the draft to build up that secondary because obviously at their pick they could maybe go if he's still there, Kool-Aid McKinstry. If he's still there, I don't know if he'll still be there at that pick, but if he is, they could go for him. They could get more guys out of the draft and build up that secondary, kind of like the Chiefs. What the Chiefs did. I mean, their secondary is so young, and so they are, maybe they can do something like that. All right, so that brings us to the end of this segment. Moving on to around the corner. Around the corner, we got one topic. NFL draft is coming up, or it's will be today of this is being when this is being recorded. So it may already be happening when you guys see this, but it's coming up. It's going to be fun. It's only the first round, obviously, and then they'll have the next round the next couple days. Any bold predictions for this first round, Jace?
I think we're probably going to see 6 quarterbacks taken: Michael Penix Jr., Bo Nix, JJ McCarthy, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, and Caleb Williams. I think all of them are going to go in the first, not just first round. I don't think that's a very hot take. Even I'd say probably the first 15 or 12, like first 12 picks. I think half the first 12 picks because teams are going to be trading up. It's quarterback frenzy. Even though there's not a lot of teams that need quarterbacks, everyone feels like they need one. And I'm going to say 6 teams will draft them in the top 12. I think it's going to be pandemonium at the draft. I think we're going to see some stupid trades go down. I think we're going to see some crazy selections. This is going to be one of the most fun drafts in NFL history. I just cannot wait for tomorrow. And as the time you guys are watching this, it's probably happening or has already happened. So, boy, I cannot wait to be in your guys' shoes where you guys are right now. I am excited for it.
Well, we've seen that the Eagles are trying to trade up. What for? I don't know, but some speculation they're trying to trade up, and there's also some speculation that the Patriots want AJ Brown. So that could be huge because could you imagine if you give the field if I'm not sure if AJ Brown's worth the third overall pick, but could you imagine or then he is. So could you imagine if the Philadelphia Eagles get the third overall pick and they go and get Marvin Harrison?
That'd be pointless. That'd be to me that'd be a stupid trade.
I don't know, but that would be incredible for them. They would probably go win the Super Bowl next year. But because, you know, I don't know. I just think that'd be pretty cool.
It would be cool, but it would be stupid. I think. I don't
Well,
think it'd be a very smart idea from him.
that's why I'm not a fan of the Philadelphia Eagles. All right. Anything else?
No, I think we're done with today's podcast.
All right. So this was a quick one. Not much going on right now. Next week will be very interesting because of the draft and stuff. But this will reach us to the end of week 10 of the Gametime Sports Podcast. As always, my name is Caden. This is Jace. And remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace out.